Hi, my name is Isabella Engler.
And I'm Jada Redmond.
We are reporters for Valence at Linganore High School.
This is an opinionated podcast about Chase Atlantic's newest album, Lost in Heaven. Disclaimer is advised. Addiction, alcoholism, and mental health issues are mentioned.
So, for those who don't know, Chase Atlantic is an Australian alternative R&B band formed in 2014.
The group includes brothers Mitchel Cave and Clinton Cave, along with their lifelong friend Christian Anthony. Joining later would be Pat Wilde and Jesse Boyle.
The band has produced 6 EPs before releasing their first self-titled album, Chase Atlantic, which was dropped in 2017. The 6 EPs include Dalliance, Nostalgia, Paradise, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3.
Since the first release, Chase Atlantic has dropped another EP in 2019 called Don't Try This, later in the same year releasing Phases, being their second album.
Chase Atlantic then released an album called Beauty and Death in 2021, marking their third studio album, and a year later releasing the deluxe version of the album in 2022.
Which brings us to their fourth and most recent album, Lost in Heaven, which dropped on November 1st.
Given the context, what is your overall impression of this new album?
I would say my overall impression would be that it's a great album. Even compared to the other ones, it's still, really good. Because you know how some artists, sometimes their older albums are better than their newer, or the newer is better than older. I think that this one just matches with the others. The instrumentals, the lyrics, the songs, all in general. It's a really great album. Low-key speechless. Anyways, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this album is great. It's easily become one of my favorites. The music, the instrumentals, I love how they're going into more technological kind of sounds, which although I do appreciate the guitar riffs they have in their older albums, I do love their new music style, and it's really been thoroughly adapted into this album.
Given, how you said you liked the certain type of music, your favorite song on the album?
Mine is Die For Me, which I absolutely love to death, and it doesn't follow a lot of music that I listen to from their studio albums and EPs and everything, but I love it, me personally. The lyrics, the sound, the instrumentals used into it, how it was the first single they released of this new album, just everything, all the work that they put into this, I just appreciate so much, and I love it, honestly. And to you, what's your favorite song on this album?
My favorite song has changed plenty of times, but I think the one that's actually sticking so far is Demon Time. I love it so much. It's a really good song in my opinion, and it kind of follows the type of music I listen, of theirs that I listen to, because I like their, Phases album, Beauty and Death. That's my type of music. Instead of, their, nostalgia with the guitar riffs, I like their more electronic sounds, because, it's satisfying, more satisfying to me. Do you have a favorite lyric from Die For Me?
Oh, absolutely. My favorite lyric is, I'm just trying to live my life and die in peace. Because I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. I know I especially relate to that, because nobody wants to get caught up in drama or anything like that.
You just want to go through life without
any
live
troubles. My life and die in peace, honestly. What about you? What's your favorite lyric from Demon Time?
I would say from Demon Time, Rage and Chaos Come With Sacrifice. Not really any specific reason to like it. I just think it's, in my head it seems like a good message, but to me I can't think of what a great meaning would be for me. I just kind of like how they threw that in the song, because I feel like it would have a deep meaning, but I can't think of it. It resonates with me, if that makes more sense.
Yeah. Do you have any unexpected favorites on this album?
Disconnected. I think it kind of follows along the same as Demon Time on the same album. So it has that more electronic feel, which is what I like in their music, because I do like their guitar riffs and stuff, but the electronic feel is so much better for me. So speaking of favorites, do you have an unexpected favorite?
I would say Favela, which I was surprised about, because originally I thought Night Calls and Amy were going to be my
Yeah.
favorites on this album. But Favela ended up taking the cake for me as an unexpected favorite because it really falls into music kind of like Oh Mommy, which is a song that they have produced
Right.
on Beauty and Death, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. And Mamacita, which
Yeah,
is
that's what I was
on this
about to
album
say.
as well, but
I'd
it was
say something
released as
really
a
similar.
single originally before it was put on this album. So I just love the whole sound they're going with it and how it relates to other music on different albums, and it's just one of my favorites, and I think the lyrics are fun.
The lyrics are fun. No, yeah, they are. So there is a song that I think resonates with both of us, and that would be You,
Oh,
simply because of the story behind it, or like that was given,
The message.
the message that we picked up and stuff. So how I technically interpret the song could be different from you, but I say it's like, I don't know if it's about one of them with their girlfriends or if it's just like a storyline they created, because I don't want to assume anything, because but I say it's about a man falling in love with a woman and her saying that she'll leave him due to his addiction, and that he doesn't want to see him slowly die, and basically saying that the man doesn't know what he would do without her and that he could never hate her, even though what she's saying to him. That's how I take it.
No, I definitely see your view on that. I would agree. It's definitely about maybe one of their girlfriends, maybe an imaginary woman, telling their partner that if she doesn't want to leave him, but she will if his bad habits continue to happen. Because this is specifically talking about like drug addictions.
Right.
And like in the song you can hear in like the lyrics them saying, putting down drugs for you. And so, yeah.
Like how they're like, oh, I wrote this song for you, I'm going to put down the drugs for you.
Yeah.
Shows how much he'd sacrifice
For
her.
For her and for their love, and how a bad habit is worth less than the love
that he feels for her.
Which I find is really sentimental and emotional, and it's probably one of my favorite tracks because of the
it's definitely
reasoning
top
behind
5. It's also because it's a like more emotional song, and I feel like the way that they sing emotional songs just sits with you, and I love that.
Yeah. How does the Lost in Heaven style compare to Chase Atlantic's previous work?
I would say the style, it compares to the previous work by mentioning their old songs and song lyrics. So like And Die For Me, I think they bring back like Swim. They start with that one. I think it might be Die For Me. Which can show like some similarities between the songs. Like if you think, well, this song sounds like it'd be on Nostalgia, or this song sounds like it'd be on Dalliance or something, then it would encourage people to like go listen to that, which I think expands your taste for it too. So I do think the way it compares is just, it's just really good.
Honestly, I agree, but I also believe that this new album is a blend between all of her music, because it does have some songs that would fit better with like for older, like Dalliance, Nostalgia, Chase Atlantic kind of album. Then there's definitely a lot of songs that would resonate more with Phases, Beauty and Death. But this is like a perfect blend of both.
Yeah.
Which, if you like some songs, it can allow you to go and explore other songs of theirs that are similar. And
so, speaking of similar songs, is there any song that you think from Lost in Heaven would fit, like, similarly on another album?
Honestly, Favela belongs on Beauty and Death, in my opinion. Same with Mamacita, because Oh Mommy.
Sounds similar to Oh Mommy.
It does. And so that sound is, like, really common within Beauty and Death. And so, I feel like the songs would belong.
I agree, only because I think this album is really similar. Like, not really, like, the same as Beauty and Death, but really similar. Because, like, you could say, like, oh, yeah, Favela and Mamacita, but I would also agree with, like, saying, like, Night Calls could also go on that. Because of the way, like, the music sounds and the lyrics sound. It sounds like they're bringing back the old, like, not older style, because, like, it's still electronic, but 2021, Chase Atlantic.
Yeah, no, I agree. would you recommend Lost in Heaven to someone unfamiliar with a band?
So, depends on the person, depends on their music taste. Because, like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you should listen to this song. And they just completely just don't like the genre, or they don't like the song in general. So I would say it depends on the person and what they're interested in listening to, which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, they do make good music, and their taste, like, not their taste, but like how they play music, there's definitely a song for everyone, because they jump genres, not like fully.
Not fully, but they have some indie, alternate,
They have many genres.
R&B,
Rock, because that's their earlier albums with
Yeah.
the guitars.
which is what I more appreciate, like their like guitar riffs back to their metal about era
Metal about era.
and their whole nostalgia Chase Atlantic. But really, I agree, it depends on the person. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't necessarily do it unless, like, I knew for sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you slowly ease them into it, because
I feel like this isn't the best album to start with if you're getting like someone into Chase Atlantic, but rather one of their EPs, Paradise.
Paradise, I feel like if because recommending Lost in Heaven, most people, like, I know on different like social media platforms, they know like Swim and Friends, Metal About, because they get popular. So I would say, like, if someone was like that song, give them a similar song from Lost in Heaven. So
Yeah.
it would like depend on the person what their music taste is, because
Music taste preference.
what if they want to listen to it.
Yeah. And like some of the topics they go into can be sensitive for certain viewers and like listeners. So it really depends on sensitivity as well.
Yeah. So what are some of your hopes?
So I really hope they get more recognition because they produce really good music. The production of their music videos, the graphics they use with it, just completely fits the music they make.
It does. No, really it does.
Yeah, and for concerts as well, they are the sweetest people.
They are.
Because we were lucky enough to attend at the Anthem.
Yeah, in DC.
And they would stop the show and make sure people were okay, nobody was fainting, and they would hand out waters.
They also had the AC on, and you could actually feel it.
Which a lot of concert experiences, some people aren't as lucky
as
and
being able to feel it.
So not only are they like great people, but they produce great music, and I really hope they go far.
So speaking of like their concerts and their tour, they are on their Lost in Heaven tour right now, which their next show is December 7th in New Zealand. And this is their last show in New Zealand before they head to Australia. And then around April, they start their European part of the tour. Mm-hmm. And then they end on May 4th of 2025 in London.
So if you're available, feel free to go check them out, go stream their music, and don't forget to follow the Lance. Thank you guys for listening.
Also follow them.
Oh my god, how do I... I'm trying. Oh my god, where is it? Escape. Escape.